Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I just wanted to show a few video games I picked up recently. The first one is Conan on the 360. I'm a huge Conan fan, I love the movies, and this game was really, really good. I guess the thing I would probably say it's most similar to is something like maybe Mad Max or Batman Arkham Asylum with the fighting, but obviously it's medieval and using a sword. I had this years ago on the 360, and I got to the last boss of the whole game. And I got so aggravated that I shut the game off and deleted my save and got rid of it. Completely regretted it. So I saw this on Facebook Marketplace for $5. Facebook is doing some kind of deal right now where they're offering free shipping on a lot of stuff. So $5 plus tax, free shipping. I picked it up. You really can't get most things for $5 anymore, so pretty good grab, and I want to eventually go back through this. Great, also kind of like Dante's Inferno, sort of reminded me a little bit of that. So the real cool stuff are two games that remind me of my friend Cyberpunk gamer Drew. Him and I collect Saturn imports, and we talk about Death Mask and all these Saturn imports that I've wanted. I think Death Mask is probably the last one on my list that's a reasonable price. The other ones are just crazy, like Crows and Hot-Blooded Family, Asuka 120%, Groove On Fight. All the games have shot up. Pulirula, whatever, that beat 'em up. They've all shot up in price. They're like worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and I just cannot afford them. But two of the cheaper games that I found on Mercari through a seller who I became friendly with, named AIZEN, I think it's 81. I don't know if it's Asian 81 or Asian 81. I remember back when I was a teenager, the big thing was to write AZN if you were Asian. So I don't know if it's like a play on words, but he has a ton of great import titles on Mercari, so if you want my referral, I'll send you it, and you can log in and get $10 off if you use my link, and then I get a coupon too. So what he sold me for a good price were two games that I've wanted. One does not have an American release, and one does, but it's again like $1,000 or $800. The first one is Lunacy, aka Toriko, I don't know how you pronounce it. This is obviously the Japanese one. It's a horror game on the Saturn that plays something like Myst, Mansion of the Hidden Souls, or D, and it's got some pretty good full motion video, and it's just a cool little horror game. Came with the booklet, the discs are in great shape, and I just always wanted it, so I figured, you know what, I'll pick it up. Maybe for Halloween I'll pop it in and mess around. Unless you use a walkthrough, you probably will not get far in the game because there is a big language barrier. Certain things and items are in English, but most everything else is in Japanese, including the voices. So, wasn't going to spend like $800 on a game to play on America. United States. I'll just play the Japanese one and mess around with it. And this one really reminds me of my friend Drew, Cyberpunk Gamer, because we talk about Cyberpunk games. This is called Virus. This is a Hudson game, 3 discs. It's a point-and-click adventure game with like visual novel and I think FMV cutscenes or anime type cutscenes. They did do an anime afterwards based on it that people have said is kind of low budget looking, but supposedly it's a really cool adventure game. Again, Japanese, learning curve, not import friendly, but I wanted to mess with it. It never came out in America, and it just looked really interesting. So that's Virus. So thank you to Asian or Asian 81, and let me know, guys, if you've played any of these games, or even if you've messed with import games that you've gotten through from, in other languages. I'm curious to see what games you kind of brute force through. Some of the ones I've gotten at least a little far in are Cyberdoll on the Sega Saturn. That's one of my favorites. It is hard, though, without knowing the language. It's a RPG that I've spoken about before. And the other one that I've beaten is Web Mystery Cat's Eye on the Dreamcast. It's one of the only full motion video games on the Dreamcast. Again, hard to get through in Japanese, but a very fun, interesting point-and-click adventure full motion video game. So, thank you guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.